Hello, welcome to Movement Not Miracles. Just taking my slippers off because I didn't want you to be able to see my slippers. Maybe I shouldn't share that, but I don't know whether you can see my feet or not. But anyway, I am now ready. I'm Anna from Eat, Move, Be Happy, and welcome to this rainy Tuesday afternoon. Movement Not Miracles is all about your bite-sized version of ways that you can move a little bit more, stretch a little bit more, help your general mobility and flexibility, and look after your posture, and hopefully ward off some of those aches and pains that we can get when we sit still for too long. Actually, when we stay in any position for too long. So just before we crack on, I just want to remind you we run at Eat, Move, Be Happy coach supported programs to help you change some of those lifestyle habits, changing your eating habits so that you eat slightly more healthily for the long term, changing your exercise habits so that you can start to live a healthier, happier life and know what to do when things get in the way. So check out www.eatmovebehappy.com for some ideas on, if you don't know where to start, the First Step program might be for you, or will be for you, and if you know exactly what you're working on, then Live Better is a program that you can enroll on. They're all online. Check out the details on the website. Right, enough wittering from me. We're going to start off with, it's a nice gentle session, this one, to set us up for the week. You can do these seated or standing. I've been sitting a fair bit of the morning, so I'm doing these standing. Whichever, make sure you are sitting or standing nice and tall. So we don't want our bums sticking out and our belly sticking out like that. We want your bottom tucked under, nice straight back, and so you're working through your belly and through your bum for that to happen. Shoulders back and down, so we don't want to be hunched up. Shoulders back and down to start off with. And to help that particular move here, we're going to start off with a chest stretch. So start off with your shoulder blades squeezing together. Clasp your hands behind your back and really squeeze your shoulder blades and squeeze your shoulders back and down. So you should be able to see a nice stretch across the front of my chest. And if I show you from the back, so you should be able to see the writing on my t-shirt change. So I'm sitting nice and tall. I'm going to squeeze my shoulder blades together first, then clasp my hands, and then move my shoulders back and down. And when that's happening, I'm not going to let that happen. So my belly doesn't stick out, my bum doesn't stick out. All of that stays nice and stable. And we just squeeze through the chest. It's really easy when we're sitting, particularly if you're working on a keyboard, to get really round shouldered and your chest to cave in and your back to become rounded, which is not good for our posture. So this particular move helps us sit up nice and tall and stretch across the chest muscles that can get really quite short and tight. So we're aiming for some more space across the collarbones. And you can do this in between, if you're working on a computer, in between whatever you're doing, do it frequently, and you can just help remind your back and your shoulders to sit in a nice position. And then a bit of a tactical waggle, and another really simple move that you can do just to correct that round shoulderedness is to shrug your shoulders up to your ears and just let them drop. So shrug them up as high as you can and then let them relax down. And we get a lot of tension in the muscles in the top of our shoulders here, and just shrugging them up, making them work, and then relaxing them can help remove some of that tension. So a combination of the stretch across the front and then a shrugging action can help with all of that. And as you can see, you can do these whilst you're waiting for the kettle to boil. We're going to add in a bit of a stretch now down the side of our neck and into the top of your shoulder. So you can incorporate that into that chest stretch. So if that one's particularly useful for you, then going back into that position and just leaning your head over to one side, not forcing the move, but just going as far as you can. So don't forget to keep your shoulders back and down. Or a different variation, and you might get a little bit more stretch. Standing nice and tall, good posture, shoulders back and down to start off with. Don't let your bum stick out, don't let your belly stick out. And then reach down with one hand and reach away with your neck. So the reaching down helps to just elongate along the top of your shoulders into your traps. There shouldn't be any pain, and don't force that move with your head. And hold it for a few breaths. And then the other side. So start stretching down first and then lean your head over to one side. And keep breathing. Remember to stand nice and tall. Again, it's really easy. If I show you from the side, if you're standing nice and tall, then it should look something like this, but it's really easy for this to happen. So I'm still stretching my arm down and I'm still stretching my neck, but I've got much less space, more crushed up here, and my shoulders are really round. And what we want is that sort of an action. Imagine you've got a rope attached to the crown of your head and that's pulling you up nice and tall. So you almost want to grow out of your, as my children would have said, skeleton. So we'll do a couple more of those. So reach down and reach over. Sometimes it's a case of reminding ourselves that we are a little bit taller and we can stretch through. Oh, I'd move my neck first then. It doesn't really matter, it just sets you up if you reach down first. And keep breathing. Yeah, it's really easy for gravity to sort of act and start to pull us down. And it does take some strength in your muscles, in your upper back in particular, to support that shoulders back, shoulder blades together, shoulders back and down, and sitting tall. So it does require some attention. It's really easy to get out of that habit. Right, wrists and forearms now. So a nice big stretch. Again, arms straight. So you can move your arms down there. It doesn't really matter, but if you have your hand up, you can also be working on getting your shoulder blades together as well. So you've got a bit of a double whammy, as it were. So shoulders back and down, shoulder blades together. Don't force your wrist, but actually it can help relieve any tension in your arms, and keeping your wrists mobile is good, particularly if you do a lot of keyboard work, because again they can get stuck in this position and not moving, and then it's not uncommon to get a repetitive strain injury. So keeping your wrist joint mobile is not a bad thing to do. Okay, and then we're just going to encourage a bit more movement through those shoulders now. So we're going to start off with some shoulder rolls, and you can keep your hands down. Imagine you're trying to get your shoulders up as high as you can towards your ears, and then as far back as you can. And because we've done some of those stretches to start off with, hopefully you'll get a little bit more movement all the way back and down, and then you can increase that move. Pepper's coming to help by, good girl Pepper, just adding the arms in. So a nice big roll back with the arms, palms up as you come down and round. And then again, try not to arch back when you lift your arms up. So keeping the lower part of your body anchored as we've done before. And one more for luck. And then we're going to finish off with another mobility one, just some twists. So literally aiming for the upper back, so really concentrate on moving those shoulders all the way round. So you're going to, it's really easy to just either move your arms or concentrate on your hips move as well. And what we're aiming for is a nice big twist through the spine to encourage that to keep mobile as well. And that in conjunction with the movement through your shoulder blades and your shoulders will help with that posture. And honestly, all of this can help just ward off some of those aches and pains that we get when we just stiffen up. And it's so easy to do. Well, both the stiffening up and the movement stuff. We just have to remember to do it. So I don't know, you can put a reminder on your... Do you know what a really good plan would be? If we didn't have hour-long meetings, but we had 50-minute or 45-minute meetings, and then in between moving from one virtual video call to another, we could go and have a bit of a wander around, grab some water or a cup of tea, have a quick loo stop and do some stretch and movement. And I guarantee we would all feel a little bit better at the end of the day. Okay, that's the lecture over. That's my sermon for the day. So, upper body in a little bit extra. Hopefully everything feels a little bit more mobile and a little less tension in your shoulders and upper back now. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Movement Not Miracles will be back tomorrow, and don't forget to check out the website www.eatmovebehappy.com for all of the coach supported programs that can help you change your habits for the better and start living life to the full. Please share these videos if you think that they can help other people. Share them far and wide, and let's see if we can get more people moving, and remember, it's movement, not miracles. So enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow.